Hey guys, my name is Abhishek and welcome back to MBBS Treasure Channel. Today we are going to read the primary examination method that is performed in ENT examination, that is otoscopic method of examination. So let's start our today's video. So friends, today we are going to discuss all things about the otoscopic method of examination. So in this video, we are going to see what is that otoscopy method and why it is performed, what are its procedure, and finally what we are going to observe in this otoscopic method of examination. So let's start our video. First of all, what is that otoscopy? Otoscopy is the method of examination of ear. So in this method, it's a clinical procedure for examination of external ear along with the pinna and mastoid process. Then after, we are going to see the external acoustic meatus, or otherwise known as external auditory canal. Then comes the tympanic membrane. We are going to see or observe the structures of tympanic membrane. Then we are going to see the middle ear. So by this process of otoscopy, we are going to see whether there is any kind of changes or any kind of pathology developed in these certain structures or not. Next comes that what are its procedures to perform the otoscopic method of examination. First of all, when the patient comes to the doctor, the main duty of the doctor is to see the general overview examination of the patient, that is observation method. So in this observation examination, the doctor needs to see whether the patient is having certain kinds of temperature or pain or any kinds of symptoms of inflammations, or is there any kind of swelling. So all things that should be noted down by the doctor. Next comes that if the patient is having some disturbances relating with the ENT organs, then the patient will be asked to sit at the wheelchair. Then the patient will be asked to turn to the healthy side so that the affected side will face to the doctor. Listen, if my right ear is affected, so I will turn to the left side so that my right ear will be facing the doctor. Similarly, the patient needs to move the head to the healthy side so that the affected side will face the doctor. Next, when the doctor sees the affected side, he needs to check the pinna and the mastoid process. Listen, this is the clinical observation of the pinna and mastoid process. Through this, the doctor needs to see whether there is any kind of swelling, redness, or any kind of deformities, and also there also may be presence of some sudden lymph node swelling. So all should be seen and noted by the doctor. Then the most important thing is that the doctor needs to check the symmetry between the affected and healthy ear, and then the doctor will confirm that there is certain kinds of changes or some kinds of pathologies is being developed in the affected ear. What happens then? Then comes the palpation method of examination. Here the doctor will palpate the external acoustic meatus or the external ear and the mastoid antrum. Through this, the doctor can conclude whether there is any kind of inflammation or mastoiditis attached to this structure. How? If there will be presence of inflammations in the external ear, then it can be seen while pulling the ear, it will cause a lot of pain. And in case of mastoiditis, there will be tenderness to touch or pressure, and the region will be red color or redness will be there, and the heat will be generated as a sign of inflammation. Next, these are the main procedures that the doctor is going to perform, that observation and the palpation. Next comes the instrumental method, that is the main otoscopic, where we are going to use that otoscope. So the oral speculum or the otoscope will be used for examination of external acoustic meatus and the tympanic membrane. So through this otoscope, the doctor is going to see whether there is any kind of foreign bodies in the external acoustic meatus, or there is any kind of changes in the tympanic membrane, if there will be, like, the doctor is going to check whether there is a pus present behind the tympanic membrane, so that the tympanic membrane will be bulged and it will be more reddish in color. So all the changes will be marked by doctor through this otoscope. So here comes the main instrument of this method of examination. Here I am holding this. These are the two otoscope. So one is the larger diameter otoscope and one is the smaller diameter otoscope. So first of all, the diameter should be chosen according to the size of the external acoustic meatus aperture. So mostly the wider angle diameter is being used for examination of external acoustic meatus and tympanic membrane. Next, for this process of otoscopy, we need to pull the pinna and we need to hold. There is a special, or there is a specific process of holding the pinna, that is posterior superior margin of helix of pinna. We have to hold the posterior. If this is the pinna, then this is the posterior and this is the superior. So this part we are going to hold the pinna, so that we are going to pull it backward. In case of adults, we are going to pull it posteriorly superior direction, means posteriorly superior direction. But in case of children, we have to pull it posteriorly backward direction. Why? Why there are certain kinds of changes in this process? Because in case of adults, the angle between the tympanic membrane, and the inferior wall is almost 55 degree, and the angle between the bony part and the cartilaginous part of external acoustic meatus is 115 degree. So when we are going to pull it, by posterior superiorly direction, then what happens? Posterior superior direction we are going to pull it, then what happens? This 115 degree will turn to 180 degree, and when the degree will change, or when the angle will change, then only we are going to see the tympanic membrane. But in case of children, we are going to pull it posteriorly inferior direction or downward direction. Why? Because there is no ossification in case of children, so there will be no bony part of external acoustic meatus. So there will be only cartilaginous part, and that is almost horizontal. But here, in case the tympanic membrane is in downward direction, the angle of tympanic membrane and inferior wall of external acoustic meatus is 45 degree, so that we are going to pull it in a downward direction, so that we can see there will be 90 degree between tympanic membrane and inferior wall of external acoustic meatus. Then only we can observe through this otoscopic method. This is the main question that are being asked by most of the teachers, that why there is difference of pulling the pinna in adults and children, and what are its process. In adults it will be posterior superior direction, and in children it will be posterior inferior direction. And the otoscope is the otoscope will be inserted by rotational manner, so that the otoscope will not hit the bony part of external acoustic meatus and it will cause a lot of pain. So it is inserted in a rotational wise manner into the narrow aperture. So this is the whole procedure of otoscopic method. Next comes the observation, or what are we going to observe? What are the landmarks that we are going to see in the tympanic membrane? This is the diagram that almost all teacher is going to ask you about in the final or in the first module. So be cautious about this observation. So in the tympanic membrane, we are going to see through the otoscope that these are the landmarks. These are the eight landmarks that we are going to see in the tympanic membrane. So what are these? First, this triangle that you are going to see in the tympanic membrane through the otoscope is the cone of light. What is that cone of light? In the tympanic membrane, when we are going to see through the otoscope, then the tympanic membrane is almost, when we are going to pull it, then the tympanic membrane is almost going to make 90 degree. So anterior inferior quadrant of the tympanic membrane will making the 90 degree with the inferior wall of external acoustic meatus. And when it will perform the 90 degree, then due to reflection of light, we are going to see certain kind of conical structure or a triangular structure, and that is known as cone of light. It also represents the side of ear. Through this structure we can represent that which ear I have drawn, or if we are going to observe the tympanic membrane through this cone of light, we can conclude that which it belongs to which ear. If the cone of light will be present in right side, then the answer will be right ear, and if the cone of light will be present in the left side, then the answer will be left ear tympanic membrane. So the next part is the umbo. What do you mean by umbo? Umbo is responsible for the concavity of the tympanic membrane, or it is almost present at the center, and it pulls the tympanic membrane into or inside to the middle ear cavity. It is attached, the umbo is attached with the handle of malleus, and malleus steps incus are the three pair of ear ossicles. To the malleus has the handle of malleus, and to the handle of malleus it is attached with the short process of malleus. Okay, so 3 represents the handle of malleus and 4 represents the short process of malleus. And to the short process of malleolus, there will be 2 plica, or there will be 2 folds. One will be called as anterior fold and other one will be called as posterior fold. That differentiates between the 2 most important structure in the tympanic membrane. What is that? One will be, this is the flaccid part or pars flaccida of tympanic membrane, and the rest part is the tensed part of tympanic membrane. So these are the 2 structures that are important in the tympanic membrane, and these are the naming of this observation. In this video we have discussed that what is otoscopy method and what are its observation. So important questions here lies that why there is difference between pulling of ear in between adult and children, first question, and second, what are the observations seen in the tympanic membrane through otoscope. So all these landmarks are important for you, and all these landmarks will be asked by your teachers in the class as well as in the first module. So this was all about our today's video. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos.